हम हार गए. कोर्ट बोलता है, कोर्ट के they don't want the speaking order to come ना, contempt notice लग जाएगा डीसी पे. तो contempt notice तक तो जाने नहीं देते. We concede, we lose the case, ठीक है. कोर्ट फिर एक ऑर्डर पास कर देता है, सब हो जाते हैं. 10 साल ऐसे निकल जाएंगे. How do you pay the lawyers? हाँ, if it comes in news, why would a young lawyer want to take it pro bono? Pro bono is for free because he wants to get in the media highlight, and if he's able to push it, he gets into the media highlight. That is the case. That's how it works. एक है pro government lawyers, एक होते हैं anti government lawyers. दोनों चल रहे हैं, दोनों media highlight पे, और दोनों जो anti government होंगे वो opposition वाले ले लेंगे, जो pro government होंगे वो government ले लेगी. और वो top lawyers की बात करें, ऐसे चलता है. लॉ इज वेरी परफेक्ट. और कोर्ट में जाओगे, कोर्ट में वो बोलते हैं वी कंसीड. अब तुम क्या बोलो उसके सामने? कुछ तो होता है, रिजल्ट ये बोल देते हैं बस स्पीकिंग ऑर्डर गलत है, बस दैट्स इट. तो स्पीकिंग ऑर्डर डिटेल थोड़ी आता है, कंटेम्प्ट तक तो जाने ही नहीं देता ना. जब तूने बोल ही दिया हाँ हमारी गलती है, सॉरी, तो फिर कंटेम्प्ट तो तभी, कंटेम्प्ट मींस दैट यू हैव डन समथिंग रॉन्ग. तो डीसी का कंटेम्प्ट कैसे लग जाएगा? क्योंकि वो कुछ है ही नहीं उसमें करने. ओके, नेक्स्ट, वाइल्ड एंड सेफ ऑन ग्रोइंग ह्यूमन वाइल्ड लाइफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. ये रिपोर्ट टर्म्स में आ जाएगा एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हाट इज द केस अगेन. एक एग्जांपल ऐसे केरला, असम वगैरह में वाइल्ड लाइफ ह्यूमन कंटेक्ट. टिमिया, लेट्स आस्क यू, इन केरला मैक्सिमम पीपल डाई बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनिमल्स?
Elephants.
Wrong. How can you say elephants?
I don't know. There are a lot of, okay, maybe
maximum people die because of what wildlife? A simple question.
Wildlife. Okay.
When wildlife, what do they die of
Snake?
maximum? Absolutely, snake bites. You've seen how many snakes are there? Every second moment, snakes are coming out in Kerala.
Oh yeah, that's also true. That even in urban areas there are snakes.
Human wildlife. When landslide and this water came, no. So whether you know it or not, I have a friend there. So when the water came and this thing, it overflew and everything. So when the mud was there, out of mud there were snakes coming out because the water river overflow. This happened 3 years back or 4 years back in Kerala.
I'm not.
The flooding.
The flooding 2019 actually.
Yeah, that was 6 years back.
Yeah, not just that, because of the excessive the mafia
rainfall,
which takes sand, right? So they actually took sand from northern areas of Kerala and brought it to the southern side, which where cobras were not endemic. Now, because they don't have predators, every area has cobras because they kept transporting soil with cobra eggs.
Right. So this is the case of it. Now, when we say about it, human wildlife, there is 29% of the land is forested. Now, what had happened recently? There's been a dry spell. Dry spell की वजह से animals tend to go towards water. Water bodies, बारिश कम हो रही है. It's hot. If it's hot, animals automatically tend to go towards the human areas. That's the first mistake. Urgent measures are needed to prevent further escalation of this. The Kerala government is facing criticism for perceived inability to manage wildlife. The Kerala Independent Farmer Associations have been advocating for culling wildlife. Culling means killing wildlife. The wildlife population, according to the Forest Department, 18% human frequencies are by this has declined by 7%. Snake bites responsible for maximum wildlife related deaths. First is snake, second is elephants. That is the case. Overall, human deaths have also decreased from 146 to 57. Why do you think the human? Now, the first reason, let's ask in general, discuss. What do you think is the causes for human wildlife confrontation? First is deforestation, habitat fragmentation. If you don't have there is what we call as two biospheres. There is an area known as a buffer area which joins them. If the animals don't have a buffer area, they have to cross migrate. If they're not able to migrate, they'll be migrating through the animal, through the human settlement. That is one reason. Second, water, food. That is the second thing. If what happens is, say for example, we change. A very good example is if we change the habitat and if we start killing certain species of animals, automatically you've seen the food chain. Once the food chain destroys, automatically even to the top it affects. You might say there are too many rats. If rats take over, automatically a lot of the feeds, everything are going to be thing. But you need predators for them. If the predators are not there, what is going to happen? So if our vultures and hawks are not there, rats are going to grow. Is it clear or not? So everything has a balance. I remember there was a story in Tamil Nadu. They killed a lot of rats. Then the problem came when the rats were not there, or sorry, the snakes were there. They killed a lot of snakes. Automatically, what happened? The rat population grew. The rat population grew automatically. Fasal kha gaya. So you don't destroy the food chain. That is the basic thing. First is because of habitat fragmentation, unregulated tourism. That's the most important thing. Tourism. A very example. Where are they making this tourism? And it is now under the ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल. कहाँ पे बना रहे थे? टूरिस्ट स्पॉट बना रहे थे बहुत अच्छा. झारखंड नहीं, इट इज इन हरियाणा. अरावलीज 5,000 एकर्स को टूरिस्ट स्पॉट बना रहे थे. यहाँ पे ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे अरावलीज के अंदर. सो इट इज रिवाइव तो कर ही रहे थे, पर वो जो टूरिस्ट स्पॉट्स बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे वो अभी एनजीटी ने मना कर दिया. वो अलग है, वो ट्राइबल्स का है. ट्राइबल्स तो आर स्टेइंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द पीपल, अकॉर्डिंग टू द लोकल ट्रेडिशंस. उसमें अलग है. हम खुद से बोले हम यहाँ पे अच्छा एक एडवेंचर पार्क बना देंगे बीच में फॉरेस्ट के, वो गलत है. अरावलीज में क्यों बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग क्यों आया? क्योंकि अरावलीज के अंदर परफोरेटेड रॉक्स हैं. जो बारिश होती है वो ग्राउंड वाटर में जाता है. अगर आप वो तोड़ दिया एक बार तो दिल्ली में पानी नहीं बचेगा. विद द पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीजिंग अभी दिल्ली हैज अ लॉट ऑफ वाटर. व्हाई डिड आई टेल यू? दिल्ली में अभी भी वेरी गुड एग्जांपल अर्थक्वेक क्यों आते हैं? नीचे वाली जो लेयर है वो परमिएबल है, पानी फ्लो करता है. ग्राउंड वाटर दिल्ली में बहुत नीचे तक है, मतलब कि बहुत ज्यादा ग्राउंड वाटर है बिकॉज ऑफ अरावलीज. अब वो क्या करता है? वो रॉक को तोड़ देता है. तो रॉक जब टूटती है ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है? शेकिंग होगी. मेजर अर्थक्वेक नहीं आएंगे, माइनर अर्थक्वेक्स आते रहेंगे दिल्ली अभी भी. और वो ज्यादा डीप नहीं होते. दैट इज द पॉइंट. वो ज्यादा डीप नहीं है. 4 किलोमीटर डीप इज हार्डली एनीथिंग. वो इस करके बिकॉज दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ अरावलीज. ये बिकेम वन ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई वहाँ पे जो नेचर पार्क था, जो बीच भी गवर्नमेंट अभी वाली तो बोल रही थी हम बनाएंगे, तो एनजीटी ने इस करके रोका हुआ है कि अगर तुम बनाओगे ना, जो तुम्हारा पानी नीचे जा रहा है, दैट विल बिकम अ मेजर इशू. And Aravallis are basically the backbone. You cannot destroy them. That is one case. Cattle grazing is there because वो नहीं बचता. Next, encroachments, human encroachments, food waste dumping on forest fringes. Encroachment is हमने factory बना दी. हाँ, a lot of people have made factories and everything. Invasive plants क्या होता है? This is very important. Invasive plants जो actually में उधर नहीं होते. Okay. Pablo Escobar, you know ना, Colombian drug lord. He created a problem, not only of drugs, but something else in Colombia. What?
He brought some plant from
No,
outside.
no, anything else. No, anything else. He made a zoo in Colombia, private zoo for himself, and he had hippos. Hippos population increased so much, they were not there, and they started. Of course, now they will start replacing the food chain. तो जो local थे, they started dying. Invasive means, जैसे a very good example, anything invasive in India which has come from America.
That water hyacinth, water
Congress
lily.
grass.
Oh, Congress grass. Oh, yeah. Oh, the one which came with food, which, as you said.
Yes. Everybody must have seen Congress grass. जो straight plant होता है, ऊपर से white. It is very itchy. If you've not seen it, Congress grass you should have seen. 100% Congress grass. This one. It's now drying in India a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's there everywhere, even in the
Everywhere. It grows. It was invasive.
Also, somebody brought in that water plant, water lily, and that's sort of
Yes.
destroying the backwaters in Kerala. I don't know who
Yes.
brought it.
So invasive plants is there. Next, monoculture industrial plantations also disrupting. What are the steps taken by government? That monoculture industrial plantations, जैसे कि palms लगा दिए. So see, it used to be different things. When the different plants used to be there, elephants tend to eat them. जब खाना ही नहीं मिलेगा, so what are they going to do? So that is the case of it. In response, Kerala government empowered local bodies. Feral wild boars you could eliminate. Wild boars क्या होते हैं? Sewers, pigs. Basically, they tend to destroy crops. You can destroy them. Classified human as a state-specific disaster, allowing the disaster management authority to intervene. The government decision to emphasize particularly forest and wildfire in a step in the right direction, given extreme views propagated by some sections. The forest department restored 5,000 hectares of natural forest, built ponds पानी वगैरह होएगा तो automatically क्या होएगा? The animals are not going to come. However, restoring areas dominated by industrial plantations such as eucalyptus and acacia is a challenge. Single, because आप planting trees वो कर रहे हो जो खाने के लिए नहीं है. Naturally होते थे तो animals automatically naturally. See, nature has made it like that. There'll be some trees which animals will automatically attract. So they never used to go into the human areas because they're getting fed there itself. Fourth is the forest department has restored area. आपने forest restore कर दिया. Restore करने से क्या होएगा? Automatically वहीं पे wildlife हो जाएगी. Is it clear or not? Next. While solar fencing has also shown such success, 52 crore proof at Arlam, one of has remains incomplete. Solar fencing is also there, so animals don't come in that area. And 10 minutes. So solar fencing, even okay, in Assam they make overhead bridges for animals. Okay, so they want the animals to be intelligent. So if a train is passing, train के ऊपर से overhead bridges बनाए हुए हैं. Let's be, सोचो किसी IAS officer ने सोचा होगा. It's very funny though. हमने बोला no, it is there, but animals tend to realize it. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, जो रेल की पटरी नहीं आती उसके ऊपर से ब्रिज बनाया है. ये नहीं कि हायर एलिवेटेड पे रेल की पटरी बना देते, नहीं. इन्होंने क्या किया कि अपने आप एनिमल समझेंगे, वहां पे लिख दिया एलिफेंट क्रॉस. ब्रिज के ऊपर से एलिफेंट जा रहे हैं, लिखा भी हुआ है एलिफेंट क्रॉसिंग. That's administration. Money spent, nothing. ट्रेन नीचे से भी एलिफेंट. हाँ, तो आगे से भी जा सकता है. वो तो एलिफेंट के ऊपर है. एलिफेंट को बता दिया तेरे लिए मैंने क्रॉसिंग बनाई है, तू नहीं जा रहा, तू बेवकूफ है. अच्छा, administration works. Okay, what are the steps? What are the reasons for it? You've done. What are the steps that you've done? You've said, like you can say invasive species को निकाल दो. Invasive species क्या करते हैं? They tend to eat up the local plants. उनकी जगह कांग्रेस ग्रास was growing everywhere. जो हमारी बेसिक weeds उगती थी, जो जड़ी बूटी उगती थी. A very good example is तुलसी नीम अपने आप से लग जाता है. वो लगना कम हो गया. ये आपके जो मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स हैं, बेर वगैरह, ये इस साइड पे बहुत लग जाते थे. इसकी जगह क्या उगने लग गया? कांग्रेस ग्रास ही ग्रास. किक्कर बहुत आराम से उग जाती थी. अभी किक्कर कुकर की जगह सब क्या लगा होता है? कांग्रेस ग्रास. इन्वेसिव स्पीशीज जो नेचुरली खराब कर देती है. सो दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. सो खेत को खाली छोड़ दोगे, कांग्रेस ग्रास उग जाएगी. पहले क्या होता था? किक्कर वगैरह अपने आप उग जाता था. किक्कर यूज्ड टू बी देयर. बेर लग जाता था. नॉर्मल उग जाता था. अब वो सब बंद हो गया. So what you've done, so that's what the Americans did. So this is, sorry, invasive species. Invasive means जो आपके species को मार देते हैं. Is it clear? Solar fencing is also there. Forest department है, आपके plantations हैं, ये सब reasons हो गए. Is it clear? Now is the most important thing. इस पे सबसे ज़्यादा time लगने वाला है. इससे हम करेंगे Baltic Sea या Nibri के. अभी recently Germany में elections हुए. Which party won? Which party won in Germany elections? Germany and all the things, what is happening? Who's winning the elections? Far right. What is far right? पहले तो political उसमें बात करते हैं. 3 टाइप की political parties होती हैं. Left, center, right, और होता है far right. Far right means जो centric to yourself and religion. Religion based, self. जो left parties हैं, we are talking about liberal parties. They say world is one village and ये सब. Is it clear? world is one village and everything. So when I talk about, let me go through initially what had happened. During World War II, after World War II finished, there were two major powers for you. Britain had finished. Britain had no power. There was America and there was Russia. So the world, Europe was divided into two parts. One was the one dominated by America, the one dominated by Russia. It happened in Korea also. Korea was taken over by Japan in 1918. World War II happened. Japan was defeated. China and Russia started supporting North Korea. America started supporting South Korea. That's how the two countries came into existence. North Korea was under Kim Jong grandfather. So he attacked this portion. Then America came and defended South Korea, and that's how South Korea pushed away North Korea. That's how the two countries came. So the entire Europe was also like this. One was this and one was this. It started with Czechoslovakia, who started rebelling against the Russian regime, because Russia was like, we'll take one country. Not that time was not Russia, it was USSR. USSR said we'll have one regime where we'll have one country together. That will be together. Is it clear or not? So they said this is the case of it. Now let's understand what had happened. Irony died 1,000 deaths in Munich Security Conference. Where is it held? Germany. Security Conference. ये जैसे it is to discuss what is happening around you. Any threat perception उससे related बात होती है. Clear or not? इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Munich Security Conference. It happened where? Germany. That was held recently, and the United Nations General Assembly voted on Ukraine. अभी बात हुआ था कि Ukraine war should end. So America sided with Russia, whereas the Europe sided with Ukraine. A few days ago, Saudi Arabia में किसकी मीटिंग हुई? US and Russia, led by the foreign minister. और किसको बोल दिए? यूक्रेन को. फिर स्विट्जरलैंड में समिट हुआ था, समिट ऑन पीस इन यूक्रेन एट बर्गनस्टॉक. याद रखना, जून 2024. ये पूछा जाएगा. ये सारे 1 मार्क्स वाले हैं questions. Munich Security Conference. Anything which is happening in the world, it is basically as a counter to United Nations Security Council. उसका काउंटर है कि हम बात करेंगे. इंडिया का भी जो पाकिस्तान के साथ वॉर होता है, इसमें भी डिस्कशन होती है कि कैसे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को रोक सकते हैं. ये सब होता है. सो म्यूनिक ऐसे बना. फिर हमारे पास क्या हुआ? समिट ऑन पीस इन यूक्रेन. कहाँ पे हुआ था? बर्गनस्टॉक. कहाँ पे था? रशिया में. सॉरी, रशिया नहीं, स्विट्जरलैंड में. और रशिया नहीं पार्ट था. रशिया पार्टी नहीं था. स्टॉक कोई पीस की बात कर रहे हो, जिसकी लड़ाई हो रही है उसको लेके गया है. फिर अभी रिसेंटली यूएस प्रेसिडेंट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जेडी वैंस accused Europe of shutting down elections, stifling free speech, religious freedom and encouraging out of control migration from non-EU countries. So what is EU? EU is European Union. Is it clear? उसने बोला तुम सारे तो ये कर रहे हो, because America right now, let's say all the world is now turning to far right. Far right means वो बोलते हैं हम बाहर से इमिग्रेंट्स लेंगे नहीं. ट्रम्प ने बोल दिया मैं इमिग्रेंट लूंगा. कितने पैसे देने पड़ेंगे? गोल्डन वीजा बोला है. आपको यूएस का वीजा चाहिए तो आपको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे. कितने देने पड़ेंगे? $45 CR, $5 million इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी पड़ेगी यूएस में, तब आपको ग्रीन कार्ड मिलेगा. मैं तो दूंगा. अमीर लोग जाना चाहते हैं यूएस में. लोग इंडियन सिटीजनशिप भी कितने की है? 10 CR. किसी को चाहिए तो आप 10 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट करोगे, तब आपको ग्रीन कार्ड जैसे होता है वो मिलेगा. फिर आपको पीआर मिलेगी एंड में. 5 साल रहना पड़ता है ना. प्रोसेस तो यही है. पहले ग्रीन कार्ड. हाँ, फ्री में कौन देता है? कोई कंट्री नहीं देती. लॉटरी नहीं होती. हाँ, वो अलग है. वो तो हो गया चलो रिलीजियस प्रोसिक्यूशन पे. हम ऐसे वेरिएंट फ्री में नहीं रखते. कोई भी कंट्री नहीं रखती. फ्री में नहीं रखती. अगर करना है तो ये एक लीगल प्रोसेस है. सिर्फ लीगल प्रोसेस बता रहा हूँ. तो कल कोई अमेरिकन से शादी कर ले तो पीआर मिल जाएगी. डोंट वरी. रियल बोल रहा हूँ. इफ यू मैरी अमेरिकन सिटीजन यू विल गेट अ पीआर. ग्रीन कार्ड तो मिल जाएगा. पीआर के लिए 5 साल रह ले बस. तो ऐसा थोड़ी है कि नहीं मिल सकती. डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ इट. इंडियंस तो पक्का करते हैं. इंडियंस ये करते हैं. सबसे ज्यादा यही करते हैं. सबसे ज्यादा बहुत तरीके हैं। अब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उसमें भी ना इन्होंने बहुत चेकिंग कर दी है, आसपास के नेबर्स पूछते हैं शादी हुई भी है कि नहीं। एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, वहाँ पे मैक्सिमम ज्यादा पैसे नहीं होते, जैसे पंजाबीज आर डूइंग रियली वेल समवेयर। वन ऑफ माय कजिन्स डिड इट very interestingly, I'll tell you. Cousin's friend actually. So what he did, he got married. So my cousin is doing pretty well there. So they had a Mexican working in the farm. So he told her daughter that you get married to him. We'll do a paperwork and everything. We'll pay you $1,000 per month to get married. So she came in India, pictures वगैरह करा लिए, and they sent there to the embassy there that she's married. So we need to get him there. So embassy then started working, US embassy, called up all the relatives, called like look at now the research work. They called up the relatives, they started calling up the Facebook accounts, they started seeing everything. They saw, चलो शादी तो genuine थी कि उस पे कर दी गुरुद्वारे में, but आसपास किसी को पता नहीं. They declared the fake marriage cancelled. Now they become very strict. They've gone are the days when on paper it used to happen. सर ऐसे बट ऑन पेपर वो चीज लीगल थी ना, ऑन पेपर तो लीगल थी, बट दे आर चेकिंग नाउडेज ना. अमेरिका बहुत चेकिंग स्ट्रांग करता है आजकल. मान लो किसी ने भाग के शादी करी, भाग के शादी की हो तो इफ देयर इज अ प्रूफ, देख भाग के शादी की हो, केस पड़ा होगा, कुछ ना कुछ तो पड़ा होगा ना लीगली. अगर तुमने शादी कर ली सिर्फ गुरुद्वारे में कर ली और किसी को बताया नहीं और आसपास किसी को नहीं पता, तो मानेंगे नहीं. नेबर्स को फोन कर देते हैं, ये तक नहीं पता था किसी को. इतना स्ट्रांग अब चेकिंग करते हैं. और ये बिडेन के टाइम की बात बता रहा हूँ, अभी तो पता नहीं क्या होएगा. मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ क्या हो रहा है. ओके, फंडामेंटल वैल्यूज, बट बिफोर नवंबर. अब नवंबर 2024 से पहले क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज अमेरिका के इलेक्शंस नहीं हुए थे. अमेरिका के इलेक्शंस में ट्रम्प जीता, फार राइट. ट्रम्प तो सीधा बोला मैं किसी को नहीं रखूंगा, मैं ये कर दूंगा, मैं वो कर दूंगा. अभी रिसेंटली कहाँ पे हुए? जर्मनी के इलेक्शंस हुए. जर्मनी में कौन जीता? एडीयू, विच इज फार राइट. अब जर्मनी, अच्छा एनीवन, व्हेन डिड द जर्मन वॉल ब्रेक? बर्लिन वॉल थी ना, 1980s में ब्रेक हुई थी. एक ईस्ट जर्मनी होता था, एक वेस्ट जर्मनी. इतना कुछ पता भी नहीं होगा, वी वर नॉट बोर्न एट दैट टाइम. देयर वाज अ वॉल that was differentiating between West Germany and East Germany. West was controlled by America. People used to get killed for crossing also. East Germany could not be shifting to West. Liberties नहीं थी, ये नहीं थी. तो फिर गोर्बाचोव था उस टाइम पे, यूएस सोवियत प्रेसिडेंट. उसने बोला ओके लेट अलाउ पीपल टू गो. तो when he said allow people to go, he just said it in a vain just. तो सारे पहुंच गए ईस्ट जर्मनी के लोग, करोड़ पीपल रीच थे कि हमें जाना है, हमें जाना है, हमें जाना है, बोल दिया गोर्बाचोव ने. उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा था जो इमिग्रेशन वाला होता है कि जाना है कि नहीं अलाउ. तो लोग क्या हो गए, इतने फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए, दे स्टार्टेड ब्रेकिंग द वॉल. वॉल थी प्रॉपर. वेस्ट वाज अमेरिका, ईस्ट वाज यूएसएसआर. वॉल तोड़ने स्टार्ट कर दिया. दैट्स हाउ द बर्लिन वॉल broke. That's how America, this Germany became this. Germany, जितने भी वोट्स पड़ी हैं, very interestingly, came from the जो ये right wing group का है, it all came from the Eastern Bloc, जो USSR वाला था. Now, everything is created by Europe. Everything is created by Europe and America, and the problem they say to everybody else. I'll tell you how. So there's also this in Romania, Colin Grascu, who lobbied for a cut-off assistance for Ukraine. ये सब चल रहा था. November 2024 तक पावर में कौन है? Biden. So they're trying to cut off the right supplies, right wing. But as soon as Trump comes, automatically right wing politics now starts gaining precedent. अब बताता हूँ why it is the big problem. February 2025 में ट्रम्प आता है, बोलता है मैं इलेक्शन मैं नहीं पैसे देने वाला. किसको? यूक्रेन को. अभी तक $110 बिलियन दे चुका है. 65 बिलियन तो सिर्फ एमिनेशन में दिया है. $110 billion. The cost of developing Ukraine right now by World Bank is $456 billion. This is the destruction cost. To rebuild it, it will take $456 billion. Okay. Similarly, But US is right now, but Britain के time पे क्या होता? March 2022 में, there was a leading European country who at the behest of US, ये हुए थे negotiations कहाँ पे हुए थे? Turkey में, between Russia and Ukraine. उसने नहीं करने दिए. फिर आता है September 2022 में, there was this thing known as Germany sabotage Nord Stream. ये कितनों को पता है Nord Stream क्या है? This is very, very important. What is Nord Stream? It's a pipeline which connects from Germany. Sorry, it connects from Russia to entire Germany. It's an undersea pipeline which is passing through the Baltic Sea. I'll explain it to you. Germany, Nord Stream, and let's understand how suddenly this cost inflation and everything increased. I'll also tell you that. Entire Europe gets natural gas from Russia. And you know, in November to February, Europe is absolutely non-livable because the temperatures drop -10, -20, internal heating. And all the heat comes from natural gas. Natural gas is not provided by Russia. They started cutting off. They started saying America is going to send it. How would America send it? America is also going to send it through ships. Water, there was no water also. That year, there was less rains. So the Rhine River absolutely dried up. So the gas pipeline, the big ships could not come in. Led to strong inflation there because everything is getting expensive. Who's to blame for all this? Europe. And who are they putting the pressure on now? All the other countries, global south. That's where Jay Shankar is not speaking right now, but Biden time he spoke a lot. Trump time he's very quiet. Trump has just pushed us away big time. We're not speaking anything. Very interestingly, even now when MP Investor Summit happened, if we reduce it to 15%, we're not telling our players that improve your quality, get ready. They are just blindly saying it something. They should tell them beforehand. Modi is not saying anything because he doesn't want the negative PR. But that's what you have to tell them. Make your products better because we'll be competing with them very soon. He's not giving them a warning also. That's very wrong. Very wrong.
And they need time for research and development, only then can they even implement.
Exactly. So, but there's no time. And why all of a sudden 110 to 15%? Is that one person so powerful that he can do it? You have to do give and take. I'm not surprised they're not doing any give and take right now. Why is the stock market crashing? Because they know India is not responding only. India can. China has responded. China says, okay, we'll do it. We don't want. India is not dependent on America. That's the biggest thing. We might have trade with extra surplus, but we can easily balance it with US. The only thing, we don't buy oil from them. If we buy oil only, it will be sufficient. You don't have to give it. As I said, America, where would America go? Pharmaceutical, it depends India. Where will it go?
Yeah, so why are we?
Look, they'll have disease, they'll require medicine. So wait for some time. It might be a 2-month shock, it might be a 3-month shock, but they require now. Yeah. Now, when this guy had, very good example, during the way you remember or not, 2020, we had COVID. Yeah. So quinine, that is, quinine is what was India used to make a lot.